Good morning, Tim. How is everybody doing? Hope everybody's doing good. Caboose, how are you doing, brother? Put on your mic and pronounce your name to me. I want to hear it. If I got it right, let me know. Is that even your name, or is just that your Discord name? Okay, dollar index. Hola, hola, what's happening, brother? I can't seem to hear you. Let me quickly check if my sound is playing. Yeah, it's working. Cool. Alright. Let's have a look at what's going on. So yesterday we saw a lot of movement. We saw quite a bit of movement yesterday. There's a lot of news yesterday, guys. A lot of news. So yesterday I got into quite a few trades yesterday purely based on news, because news yesterday was simple to understand. So one news event, for example, was job retention in America. Now guys, it's pretty logical. If people are keeping more jobs than they were during the last release, it's good for the economy, means the dollar's going to go up, right? And that's what happened here yesterday. So it happened here. Then last night, Fed Chairperson Powell came onto the stand. He started speaking. As soon as he opened his mouth, this happened. So I got, where did I trade? Okay, so I traded from this demand. No, let me show you exactly. I traded EU. Let's just go through what's happening here. We are currently in this demand here that broke this piece of structure. So I would fully expect longs from the dollar index here. So let's see how that confluences with our zones on Euro USD. Okay, so yesterday, because I traded news, I got into a position here. Short position. I got into a short position here. But it didn't supply an entry, but I was trading a different strategy that I use specifically for news events. And I used a 3.5 pip stop yesterday, and it moved. So I ended up, let me just get this right here, show you guys. Okay, here it is here. I used a 3.5 pip stop, 3.6, and I closed out, show you now. I closed out here. So I caught this drop, massive drop. I closed out in this, I think it's a 5-minute order block. Yeah, so I closed out here. When price came and tapped into this order block again, I closed up when it came up. When I saw that momentum, I saw this how it was going to be taken, I closed up over here. And then Fed Chairperson Powell came in last night, 8:30. Look at this, boom, 8:30. Dollar absolutely ate it. I don't know what he said, I wasn't listening, but what he said couldn't have been good for the dollar. So we'll get Rowan's input on that. I'll ask the man to make a video for us to understand what happened yesterday entirely. But yesterday, the good news for the economy was that Americans kept more jobs than they did during the last news release of that same kind. So what are we looking at here? Remember yesterday was very, very news driven. I'll have to look into what Powell actually said, because this movement here was purely driven by what he said. I don't know what the fuck he said. So I'll have to have a look into what he said to see if what he said actually had an impact on actually reversing the market, or if it's just a temporary spike up. So I'll have to do some research and just go through his speech and see what he said. I'll also ask Rowan for his input, but from purely technical standpoint, this is a supply we'll be looking at. Let me delete this here. This is a supply that we'll be looking at, okay? Why do I keep doing that? Delete. Yes. Okay. We've got this supply parking here. There's been a 15-minute high put in. So we're going to wait for this high to be taken. Okay, this high needs to be swept. Once that high is swept, then we know what to look for. Remember, we've studied this. We all know what we're doing. Now, let's have a look here, for example. Guys, a lot of you are struggling with your ranges. My range on, for example, this would be the range here. Okay. If this was a point of interest where you would be looking for a range, like on the 3 minutes, this would be your range here. I would count this as a bearish candle because there's a clear pullback within there. So it is also, it's a little bit subjective, but we try to make it as mechanical as we can. So we'll go through quite a few examples. Like here, for example, if I was looking for a range, I would probably use this candle here, because this candle, you can see the clear pullback. If you had to take this on the 1 minute, you can see this will be your clear last bearish candle. These are all inside bars. So this will be your last clear bearish candle. Look on the 3 minute. See, my eyes are just trained for this because I've been doing it for quite a while. You guys will pick it up. It's just refining them. You'll pick it up very easily. This one here, I would have used this range here. So we'll go through ranges. I think we'll make a specific video just finding ranges, backtesting and finding ranges. Actually, I'll start backtesting videos. I'll make some backtesting videos for you guys. That'll also help you guys. So if we find entry in this supply, we'll look for it, because this is the supply that broke this last low down here. Okay, it's because it's also got imbalance above it. So this is a supply we're going to trade from. GBP USD. See, I didn't want to trade Fed Chairperson Powell's speech because there was no actually. Okay. There was nothing clear for me to trade off. Like there's no previous and forecasted results. It's just based on what he says, you know. So it's a news event I wouldn't trade. I wouldn't trade speeches. So lower interest rate hikes to start in December. Wow, that's so wild, bro. The dollar eats shit because you're lowering the interest rate to make better situation for the people. Hey, my man. Thank you for that, Sven. Highly appreciate that, my brother. How are you doing this morning? I hope you're doing well. Yes, guys. This one we're going to look at the supply as well. Supply that we are currently in. If it does give an entry, we're in to win it. Let's just pull our supply completely across. We had our 15-minute liquidation here. Broke above. Did give a bit of a fakey. Yeah. Okay, so this range here, check out. This is, we're actually looking for ranges now, okay? It's not an example, we're actually looking for a range. Okay, so the range that I would use here would be this range. Let me explain why. Okay, so your first range would probably develop from this low here, this candle here, right? Or let's use the same range and we start refining it, because we need to start refining a few guys, yeah? That would be the first range we'll look at. But as price develops, we'll see that this high gets taken and a new high gets put in. There's the new high. Where's the new bearish candle before the new high? Shush. This is it here. See, there's the last bullish candle, this one here, and there's the last bearish candle before the bullish move up that took these highs. So this would be the range that I would trade from. The very last bearish candle before the last high. And that's it here. Does that make a little bit more sense? But anyway, I think this one does get swept, so we'll be looking for another one. How many? Okay, it hasn't been swept yet. Okay, so it was 6.3 pips, so you'd have entry model number 1. 12 pip stop. You'd still be safe. Did it go 20 pips? Ooh. It just went break even. What time did this happen? 3 this morning. No one would have got into the position. I would be very happy taking short positions, to be fair with you. But I'm very strict when it comes to this. Okay, trade has already presented itself here. Price is now here. I missed the trade, bro. I'm not gonna jump in here. I missed the trade. Deal with it. Wait for the next one. See, so that's how I deal with it. Just because now it's come break even now. No, it's at entry. No, you don't enter the trade, bro. You missed the trade. Sorry. Wait for the next one. So that's how I am with myself. I'm quite strict because it's come break even now. It could potentially now completely move up. Could take that stop loss if you did get into the trade. So you need to treat the trade like you've only got one chance to get into this one trade. If you don't get into it here, you can't hop into it here at break even, because chances are it might go to might hit the stop loss. Okay, so that is also something that you guys need to be quite strict about. Like here, I do get it. It just tapped into the 50% of the range. There is a good chance that it could go straight down, but there's also a good chance it could just pop up and hit the stop loss. So we need to wait for a new range to be formed. New range will be formed once this high is broken here. Yeah. So once this high is broken, then we'll be looking for a new range. Okay, so we'll set an alert, let us know when the high is broken, and once that high is broken, you'll find your new range. At the moment, if price just continues up bullish and breaks that, our range would start from this candle here. And if another bearish candle gets printed, it'll be from that bearish candle. If another one gets printed above this one, it'll be from that one. Okay, so that's how you refine your range. Keep finding the last bearish candle in a bullish move. Okay, let's see what happens here. Very good possibility price might just melt down. But we missed a trade. I'll wait for a new one, wait for a low to break, and we'll get into a trade. Okay, we use proper entry models. Continuation and reversal entry models always come into play. Okay, last night I sent this markup on GJ expecting longs from this demand. All of us were asleep, so none of us took a trade there, I believe. What did we tap into? Nothing too specific. I think we've just taken liquidity, because look at that trend line. So we've taken all of this liquidity. Let's look on the daily if there's anything interesting that we can look at. It's just like flat, eh? Okay, so there's nothing I could look at on the left, so we're going to stick to recent structure. We've just flipped a demand, we've just broken structure. Now we're going to trade off this supply on GJ. Okay, so we're flipping the book. Looking for short positions. from that supply on GJ. Oh yeah. Let me actually put my alert on so it's on, then we come off. Okay, so that's what we're looking for in GJ, guys. We're looking for shorts from that supply. Gold. Yeah. Yay. Oh my god, okay. And that supply completely failed. The supply had a few reactions. So if I were looking for long positions, I'll probably look from this wick here, because this wick took liquidity from these lows here. So I would probably look for a retracement into this demand and longs from there. But wait for this high to be taken. Let's see where it gets produced. But I've got longs in favor on gold. Hey, news. Yo guys, I love monsters so much. So much. I have one every day. Alright, so what's going on here on Bitcoin? This high is intact here. Might be a catalyst for a pullback into a demand. I would have these two demands lit up here. Boom. Longs from either one of these two demands. Let's see. Ethereum, yeah, still long from this demand, but there's another one that's been created. Let's stick to the extreme. Luna, still waiting for this high to be taken. Once this high gets taken, we'll wait for a retracement, and you can potentially buy coins in the retracement if you want to. You can get like 1 million coins for $100 or something stupid like that. And if you buy 1 million coins for $100, if a coin reaches $1 a coin, you've made $1 million. Boom! How's that? So I've got a mate, he's got like 35 million coins. It's wild. I think I've got, like, how many? I don't even know. I think I've got like 2 more. Okay, Ripple. Ripple's taking liquidity from this high. I expect shorts now because these here, it's taking liquidity. GBP USD, what's he showing us? Okay, the high has been taken on GU, leaving behind the range that we thought it was going to leave behind. How big is this range? Looks like a lot of momentum. 10 pips. Barely anything. And there's no news or anything. It's just momentum. And there's no markets. This is all Tokyo session pushing market like this. Tokyo's just closed up. No. There's no banks open. Why is it moving? Anyway, let's move forward. We'll wait for this range to break on GBP USD, and that will provide us with a trade. It is 11 pips, so it'll be a breakout trade. So if I wanted to know what price is doing, I'd set an alert here, and I'd set an alert above. So if price breaks the high or the low, I know. So let's see. If price breaks here, then I'd watch for a break of this low and I'd enter manually. But let's move on and look at Ripple. Yeah, Ripple's just taking liquidity, so I'm expecting shorts on Ripple completely. Like to take the structure on Ripple down here. Because to me, those wicks indicate liquidation. So it looks like I was just liquidated to me. All these highs created here, just liquidated. Boop, and now shorts. We are going to start looking at Dogecoin. Okay, GBP USD is moving. Okay, so how many minutes left in this candle? 1 minute left in the candle. Move this alert down a bit. And let's carry on with Doge. Okay, Doge on the 4 hour. Okay, we've got this low here. Low's been liquidated quite a few times. Demand's sitting here. This high is still intact. Okay, so let's see what happens on Doge. Let's look at the daily, because I want to look where I can buy some, because I want to buy some. I'd wait and see what happens with this high, if we get a break of that high, because this high on the 4 hour liquidated something. And I'd probably look at buying from like here. This is not financial advice, this is just what I'm going to do. Okay. Euro GBP, as you can see I've changed up the trades a bit. I'm tired of looking at Nasdaq now, I hate it. Okay, Euro GBP, as you can see, wasn't really affected too much by news. There was a news event not here, no, I don't believe. I think that's here. Yesterday there was a news event here somewhere for Euro. It was something. I forgot what the Euro news events were. We are still waiting for longs from this demand. It has created quite a bit of liquidity above this demand, so we are still waiting for longs from this demand. I'll actually put my alert on because I want to take this trade. Alert on. USD ZAR, what is going on USD ZAR? We just violated this, taken all this liquidity. Remember I told you, there's liquidity sitting here, and we're going to pop in, take it, and move down. Let's see if we do get that break of structure to the downside as we did anticipate. Okay, we're onto the indicator now. We had this demand play out on the indicator, so that is well done. We had this demand that played out on the indicator as well, so that's two demands. That is good. Played out over here, gave us a trade down there. Ultimately ended up failing, but it gave us like a 10-hour trade, which is beautiful. Let's move into the 1 hour. Is it spitting out anything new? No. Okay, so yesterday, so it does repaint. Yesterday it had this 1 hour order block marked up. This 1 hour order block was violated and then it went away. So it repaints, so you need to be careful. That's why you're marking these. Euro USD, according to the indicator, yeah, I would also be quite happy looking for shorts from this 1 hour supply, to be fair. So we're going to test this order block now. When price hits this order block, we're going to see if it produces entry within this order block for us. The 4 hour, there's nothing really to look at. Okay, so I think we're going to be testing EU, not GU. GU doesn't produce too much. EU looks like the indicator works better on it. Okay, let's see what's happening with GBP USD. Oh, that's a break of the low there. Okay, let's see what happens here. How many pips is this? 10 pips. Let's see what happens. We might get an entry here. If it breaks this low, we're in a position. Okay. So let's see what price is doing. It hasn't formed any new ranges, so we're still using that same range. Let's delete this one to not confuse us. Let's neaten this up. Let's see what happens. Okay, so I'm not going to wait here for this to happen. We all know what to do. We've all been trading for a bit. We've studied all the material. Our range is currently 10 pips. So what does that mean? It's entry model number 1, which means we're going to use a sell stop, a 12 pip stop, and we're going to wait for price to break the low. Okay, I'm going to enter this trade. Where are we? Can you see that? Let me see if you can see it. No, you can't. It's okay. Okay, so I'm just quickly going to enter this trade. Pending order. Sell stop. Entry price. Copy. Paste. Stop loss. Copy. Paste. Why do you do this to me? Why? It's entry price. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to get into this trade here. Well, I'm trying to put my... Yeah, that's right. What the fuck wrong with you guys? Sell stop. .20968. 1.20968. Yeah. Jeez, guys, I can't get this traded. What is this? 1.21090. Sell limit. Jesus, this is not working. Anyway, guys, when this low goes, we are going to enter a short position based on that break, okay? If the low does not go, there's no trade. We need to wait for confirmation, and the confirmation is the break of this low. Let's go. Where will the take profit actually be? Target that demand. Okay, at entry price. I'm gonna try this again. Pending order. Sell stop. At price. Stop loss. take profit. Ah! No, this thing's messy now, guys. Oh my god. Yeah, anyway, when this low goes, we can look for shorts. This low's about to go. I'm just gonna mark it because my computer's... Oh, come on, your mother. Okay, in the trade. The low didn't quite go yet, did it? Now you see the low hasn't gone yet. But my platform will not enter limits or pending orders, so I'm struggling to get that sell stop in, and it's just, yeah, I've had to mark it. But let's see what happens. We'll put $1,000 on the table for us for today. And let's see what goes on. I wouldn't be in this trade yet because the low didn't break, but I've had to market this mother. See, this low is still intact down here. What I might actually start doing is changing the entry from a sell limit into a from a sell stop into a sell limit, so that price needs to come back, just like entry model number 1 and 2, so that price has to come back to fetch us, but not at the EQ, at the open. So that way we get a confirmed break, you know. But let's see what's happening here. I'm in the position, I'm currently minus like $12. I only risked 100, so it's not a big risk. Okay, I would be a K and away in the trade right now because we got the break of the low. Okay, and I'm currently in profit as well. So now what we do, we just leave it. We leave it. And that will conclude today's live session, guys. I just wanted to wait for this entry to be produced. If this entry, or if price does come and take this high, you can look for another range. But let's see, I think will be quite good because this is quite a strong, solid supply. Hey guys, any questions about the trade or zones or anything we've had in the stream today at all? If no, I hope you guys have a beautiful day. Thank you so much for all the dedication you put into the group, all the times you join in the mornings. Thank you so much. It means millions to us. If you guys have any questions, you know where to find us. I'm going to start posting in-depth analysis like I did last night on GJ, with a lot of annotations on the chart so that you know what I'm marking up and why I'm marking it up. Yeah. Cool guys, I hope you guys have a good day. Keep your eyes on the coach's charts because I'll be posting in-depth stuff in there now. Yeah, teach you guys a little bit more in every chart that I send, not just sending you stuff. Teaching you why I'm sending it to you and explaining why. Okay, cool guys, have a good one. I hope you guys have a beautiful day. Thank you so much for joining the mornings. Thank you for all the love and support. I will spot you guys in the premium sector of our Discord, and I will spot you guys again tomorrow. Peace and love, guys. Thanks for joining once again.